Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching Luton. We've been driving for almost 3 hours from Manchester to Luton, and we're making this broadcast so that you can apologize to people in Luton. We're supposed to have started at 1 o'clock, right? And it's almost 2 o'clock, and because the rain on our way here, and some other issues cropped up, but we're well on our way, and we're about some 15 minutes from Luton, so we'll be there shortly. Luton, as we love to do, is just let me introduce you to our people here. Look at who's driving today. Please say hello to everyone.
Hello guys.
Don't be distracted, you get it.
Hi, this is Eunice Mukola.
Yes.
We'll see you in a bit.
And AY is already watching. AY.
Yes, it is AY.
That's
fantastic.
Manchester.
Yeah.
And the tower here. Good afternoon. So everyone, so we'll be in Luton, and we'll be in London tonight, 8:05. Is it restaurant 8:05, right? 8:05 restaurant. For another town hall meeting in London proper, another one tomorrow, the 57 restaurant. Why did they choose numbers for restaurants in this place? Yeah, so maybe it has to do with the street number, because I know 57 is on 57 Road. Anyways, so if we are, wow, we've already reached 115 views. Wow. 120, my goodness. You know, those are the people who like to say C Road. Not a C Road though, C Road. C Road. This is, what highway is this?
It's M1.
M1, okay. C Road. This highway, M1. Alright. C Road, demarcation, proper roads, speed limits, everything is here. And this is very close to Luton, about 15 minutes to Luton. Oh, Dimeji, I see you. Yes, that guy's working up in the US, huh? So, yes, let me say hello to Andy Obeya, Victor Ashwaju, Monday, and Nabulele. These are our regulars, man. When they get the announcements, they jump on. Right? Thank you. Julia Jackson, Funlayo, Fanuga, Ibrahim Bello, Georgie Gatsby Infinity, Oladujoye Felix is already on, Ehi John Jr. Obo, Tio Sticker, thank you, good afternoon everyone, Shegun Yesonya, good afternoon, Dimeji Ayawale, Dimeji, yes, Abe Akadiri, Ayogundimu, wow, so it's having a break, that's a Citizen AY. He did fantastic today when we visited the Man U Old Trafford Stadium. Had a great time there. Tops on Yalo watching. Emil, Anthony, Paul. So let's use this opportunity to say hello to Doris Ikerin Solarin, who's our South African coordinator. Today is her birthday. Yeah. Doris, hello if you're watching, and Shola, wish her happy birthday for us and plenty of flowers from here. Wow, so Kunle Omoshen. So what is interesting today that I saw in the news is El Rufai is calling Peter Obi ethnic bigot, you know. So, and people are replying that which one is more bigoted than the other, you know. But it's good that these people are finally coming out and letting the world know who they are. Of course, Peter Obi is a well-known ethnic bigot. I don't have any doubt about it. But you know, if you look at it, he's not even fight. He had never fought for his ethnic group before. They are all fighting for themselves. Because I remember when he was governor, he spearheaded the killing of a lot of IPOD guys. Yeah, cold-blooded murder of IPOD guys. So that's going to be Atiku's vice president, ethnic bigot, and El Rufai, of course. They have been telling his own story too. So more, please, Peter Obi versus El Rufai, while we take back our country back from all the ethnic bigots. including the most senior ethnic and nepotistic, tribalistic ever president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. So people, Desmond Isaac, Sobobo, Henry, Kabaside, they are still using that Kabaside.
Yes, so
Lord Osola. So if you are near Luton, we're very close.
We are 10 minutes away.
If you are still at home, start heading out to the venue of the event. We're 10 minutes away now, according to
10 minutes.
Google. We're exactly 10 minutes away, right?
yes, sir.
From the venue of this event. Please donate to our cause. Somebody saying, Dimeji, you said we asked people to donate, you didn't put the account number there. Adeola Dion. This is I name Asuramu. Was Asuramu? And okay, man. Honorable Olajuwon Otunbanjo. That's good. Buki Abidoye, Abiodun, Everyone Jumi, okay. Georgie Gatsby, Infinity, Uchechi, okay, Usuchuku. Says Sowore coming to Birmingham. We said if you want us to come into Birmingham, you have to organize it. I cannot just stop by Birmingham City and start knocking doors.
Yes.
But we can come if we plan it very well. Take it back, Kunle Omoshein. Tracy Thompson, that's my friend from New York. Good to see you watching. James Temidayo, Timothy Oliver. Hey, it's important to say hello to the people of Manchester. They did fantastic last night, raising funds for us, man. I like the scene in front of us.
Yeah.
Where is that?
That's we're going into Luton now.
No, this is Luton now, right?
Yeah.
We didn't say Lutino, and that. Yeah. It's Luton.
Luton.
So that I think people don't start getting excited when they hear Luton,
That they start Luton.
Luton, Nigeria forever.
Luton, here we come.
Stop. Luton, here we come. Wow, fantastic. Yeah. Great. So you can. What is that? That's Wikis, right? Is that how the Wix? Is it Wix?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my English is terrible. Wix. That that place is where Ibori first started stealing.
Yes.
I remember that Wix. Yeah. There's all these Nigerian leaders. They didn't start stealing today. Saraki started stealing in 1992. His first official theft was 500,000 naira in 1992. Documented by police, but yet people still went ahead and voted for him in Kwara State after he looted a whole bank, and then some senators, enemies of the people, made him Senate president. But there's nothing that cannot happen under a brainless, lifeless president, right? Lord Osola, yes. Falade Shola, thank you. He said, yeah, Ibrahim Bello is talking about good road network. Is it road alone that you're talking about?
Adesoye said, Mr. President, I'm volunteering to pick people from Canning Town Station to the 57th venue for tomorrow's fundraising.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow, that's very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're entering into Luton now. Luton, no, not be Lutino. Luton, eh? So that we'll pronounce it in the Yoruba way. Luton. Luton,
We are 7 minutes away.
7 minutes away. If you're there, we'll see you in a bit.
Just past the courtyard.
Courtyard, nice hotels right here. Little budget hotels, Yeah, it's beautiful. It's nice out here, people, These guys have a soccer team as well. They're probably the only people without a soccer team, eh?
They do. They have it.
So where is Dundee? Is there a town called Dundee?
That's in Scotland.
Okay. Because that's how we grew up. Our mom calling us Dundee
Dundee.
Yeah, like, look at the way he's looking at me. Dundee United.
Because they don't know how to play.
Is that the reason?
Yeah,
I think so. I think they suck so bad that everybody just used them. They became the butt of jokes. Dundee United. Probably they lost all their matches 1 year. Samuel Oluwafemi Ajegbe, yes. Ola Univ. Cyril Oga. Yes, they said they're looking for the VP's work on Facebook. VP is busy working in the north as we speak, so we're all here on Facebook together. Whether you see him or not, he's here in spirit all the time. But right now he's organizing a lot of northern cities, villages, and polling units for us. You will see his work very soon. When we get back to Nigeria, we start doing rallies. All right. How many more minutes do we have now?
5 minutes.
5 minutes will be there, man. But you have to give it to the Manchester people. Their cities look a little newer than this Luton. Luton looks like a pretty old city. Yeah. People of Luton, I'm just joking before you get upset and refuse to come to town hall meeting. Yeah, people are still greeting my wife, man. She's popular today. She got more greetings and she got more likes than I've ever gotten in one posting in one day. And I hope she will donate some of the likes to me when I get home. Sea Road. Eh? This could have been like Asaba Wari Road, you know.
Yeah.
Or like Enugu, Port Harcourt. If not Nigeria, not police, you don't see police checkpoint, don't dig the road.
Yeah. You know, stopping
They just
everybody.
wave you down, what you carry. Olayinka Jimba, this is another guy has been doing a lot of campaign on Facebook for us. Amazing, he's all over the place. Angela Uriaki, Angela is in Nigeria. Stephanie Sinoda is saying that Luton people are very rich, so we should be able to get a lot of donations today.
Yeah, we look forward.
Somebody says zero chai. This is nothing compared to what we saw in Australia. Man.
That was
Australia is beautiful. But Nigeria will be more beautiful than Australia and UK next year if you do it right. If you can do AAC,
Take it back.
take it back. Kemi Alex, yes. So if you have any family members here in Luton, start calling them up to come to this town hall fundraiser right away, so they can you see them. So yeah, somebody said I need proof to give to my future kids that I was in this struggle. True, because they will ask you. Yeah. Your children will ask you, there's Larry Falano there. Jumo Peter still greeting the First Lady. Esther Asham. Buki Abidoye. Yanugo Gazi, she goes here. Abdurashid Akwani.
Someone said, acknowledge me or I will acknowledge myself.
Who is that?
I think his name is it Ayanugo Chigoze.
Yanugo, yeah, I just think I just acknowledged that person just now. Thank you for letting me know. We're like 2 minutes away from the venue of today's event in Luton, so we're exactly an hour late. Apologies, please. Even I made a drive, I've not reached that, I've not reached here since.
Yes, sir.
But I don't get UK license and I cannot drive a car with steering on the right side. I don't know how you guys do it, but yeah. Hassan Sahid Olalekon, he said this is his town. You better show up here. Wow, Yanugo Gozi, Chigozie,
Yeah,
thank you so much. Yeah, Stephanie Sinoto said, "No, Her Excellency will share her likes." Yeah, she will. Mohammed Suleiman Okoyemi, one love, AAC is the way. Thank you.
I'm looking like, it's like I saw this Inspire something.
Is it?
Yeah, what's the venue again?
Some Inspire.
I think that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
place.
that
Yes,
must be
that's
You passed the place?
Yeah, that one there, right there.
Okay. Sorry guys, we lost our wave just for a second.
Someone is asking where is today's meeting?
Read it out, huh? It's Inspire. Do you have it?
Inspire Luton Sports Village.
Okay, it's Inspire.
What's the postcode?
It's
Postcode?
right here. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it on the wall. Inspire Luton Sports Village. Okay.
Perhaps said I'm on my way, Mr. President.
Thank you. This is Luton Sport Village, man. See how they invest in nice things for people around here. Yes, we're here now.
Yeah, I think that's
We're just looking for parking. And we should be on our way shortly into the venue of this event. If you are not here yet, start coming, people.
Check out refrigerator.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Yeah,
You're welcome. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir. I think I have both of my phones. Okay. Do you have one? Do you have one there? Okay, thank you. I see some people just arriving. Great people of Luton. How are you?
So, basically, I said I won't miss this.
Yeah,
How are you?
okay, man.
How's everything?
Good to see you, Luton.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Very good. It was, yeah. And it raised.
Let's hold it. Thank you. Sorry, no.
Let him sit down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you know?
his face, like, that was fun. Good to see you again.
I don't expect it.
Sorry.
Check 1, 2.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Slight apologies for the delay. As you can imagine, we've had to put this in a very short time. We've run out a few times, got a few amount of days to organize this fantastic day, and I'm glad that we are here. That's the first thing first, I'm glad we're here, and I'm very proud for those who have traveled far to be here today. Also, I would like to say apologies for sincere delay. So we're here. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge Jide, who has been very instrumental in ensuring that the whole of this organization to get us here today was very, very thorough. And for him to be so steadfast in what he believes in our collective vision that has brought us here, and most importantly, the drive that he has constantly put in, the effort he has put in to make sure that people who are relevant to our cause are in the us today. So please, come here, say that here today as we welcome
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
AAC, take it back.
AAC,
Take it back.
take it back.
Action.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start again. We are here today for a reason. No matter how many numbers we have here, ladies and gentlemen, for the fact that we are here at all makes a lot of sense and makes a lot of joy that we are going into putting it and having a start. Before I start, can I welcome Omoyele to Luton? AAC!
Take it back.
AAC!
Take it back.
Take it back!
Action.
Yes. We welcome you here, Omoyele to our small town of Luton. Before I go on, can I just say a little bit about Luton? Luton, I've been here for some time, is a small town. We have not been given the city status yet, but Luton, that's the only town in Europe with the biggest one-day carnival. Luton, the most diverse and most cultural town in England. We've had that for many years. Luton is the only town, I'm not going to say city because we are not city yet. It's the only town in the UK where you have every citizen from everywhere in the world. And I say this with pride. Yes, so Luton, a diverse town. I've now welcome our man here, Omoyele Sowore. Sir, we are glad and happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Can I say, it's a little bit into time we lost about one hour. That's fine. But for the fact that we are sitting down here, that is the purpose. We're going to kickstart with our national anthem, please. So please, can you rise for Nigeria's national anthem, please? Just waiting for the DJ. Thank you very much. AAC.
Take it back.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking what belongs to us back. A journey of a million miles starts with a step. Yes. And the rest is a countdown. Coming here today is the reason why we are actually here today is for us to be inspired. For many of us Lutonians who have craved to see Sowore, who have craved to see what African Action Congress is all about. Today will be the start for you. Many of you have asked for a meeting, a union, a committee. We're going to make that happen from now on. And we're going to have AAC Luton Charter. Before I go on, can I ask a few of our notable Lutonians, people who have been there for many Nigerians here. I remember 19, 20 years ago, when I came to this town, there are people who have stood and helped every Nigerian in many ways. They've been there. Please, will you put your hands together for Mr. Eric, please? Please, Eric, will you join me on the show, please? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into why we are really here today. Please, permit me and forgive me. This is not actually a dinner or perhaps a lunch. So please feel free to have drinks at the back, water. If you so feel hungry, please go downstairs. Feel free to go downstairs. There's a cafe downstairs where you can pick up biscuits and snacks and so on and so forth. We are here to raise funds for AAC. And the fund is what matters to us, not what we eat or what we wear or what we drink. No, but to raise funds for AIDS. And this is just the beginning of our fundraising in Luton, because it's going to be consistent from now on until the election and even after the election. Our reason here today is to present to many of us who are not in doubt, but who are not in the know of what AAC is all about and what that party actually stands for. Today we're going to be presenting a theme, which is 21st century leadership. What does it take to be a leader? Or what has it taken to be a leader in the past? And what are those shifting barriers that we want to bring in now? What should change? And what should we include in those that tend to lead us? Because we tend to have this recycled cabals who come with the same surnames and wanting to live that life of embezzlement over us without anything to show for it. But I know there will be a time when somebody in this life will stand up. And that person, regardless of age, will be the one to confront those who are leading us into nowhere. I commend the effort of Omoyele Sowore so much. I so much respect him. We have a lot in common, and I've followed him for a long time. To be honest with you, I have not seen a politician in Nigeria, whether before, now, that can stand and tell those who are in power that they are wrong.
Yes, sure.
I have not seen any politician in Nigeria who will actually call them by the names that they are, thieves. I have not seen politicians who will stand up and face them in an interview and bring them to where they belong, low level. Guys, this is just the beginning, and there's work in our hands. We all have to chip in. It's not only about money. It's not only about what we put in those envelopes on the table. It's not only about that. It's about how we liaise with our people at home, how we connect with them and sell the principles and doctrine of AAC to those people at home, those who are going to vote. Telling those people at home, those we send money to, let me put it that way. We all send money to them. Tell them, look, there'll be a time where you will be sending me more and more and more. Because you will be more comfortable than I will be here in someone else's land. Ladies and gentlemen, before I talk too much as a teacher, I can talk from now till tomorrow, and I'll make you sit down there. So please, I'm going to invite on here Mr. Solomon Aleto, who is going to talk about from me. He's going to be presenting, and later we're going to go into what we mean by Spicer Heat. That is the AAC Sowore's manifesto. We will go into that as well, and then we'll go into our fundraising proper. I believe we're all here for a common reason, and that reason is the support for African Action Congress, regardless of what our background is or ethnicity. Please, can we welcome Solomon Aleto?
Thank you very much, Jide. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I am very excited to be here. This morning I woke up, I was a bit anxious, not because of what I was going to talk about, because I had a football match and I'm a coach, so the game was the first thing on my mind. But I had prepared myself for weeks to meet this fine gentleman here, not because he's running for president, not because he has made so much noise that has created impacts in our lives, if you're actually following him, but because he intends to lead us. And that's very crucial, especially from a young man like myself, if I call myself young. It's very crucial for us. We look at Nigeria and say, what are we lacking really? What is it that we're missing? I've watched so many of your programs, I've watched so many of your interviews, and we've listened to ourselves. What is it we are missing? The slide presentation we have here is to really bring that out. Because one, we want to support, and one, we need to know what we really want. So what makes the country great? Like we say. I will take a line from something you said earlier. What makes the country great? Resources, we could say. We could say if we're being creative, or we could go to the innovation side of things. But technically, the most important thing about greatness and a country is its people. Regardless of how we look at it, the people of a country is what makes it great. Now, what are we doing about those people? What are we doing for those people? What do those people really want? If you are aligned with that, you can very well call yourself a leader. You don't even have to go out of your room. You just have to know that you know and feel what the people feel. Then automatically you become a leader. So that is what we are going to talk about today. How can we really look at what the people want and say, okay, how do we support those who intend to lead us? You know, those who have reasoned and said, no, we need to take it back. We need to really look at ourselves and say there's something missing. Our resources are not being exploited. They're not being exploited properly. Let's do something about this. So we go from there. There's a big quote somewhere that says, an investment in people through affordable education. Short story, yeah?
Sorry, move the speaker so that we can see the ask the speaker to move to the right.
For the presentation.
We're trying to learn.
I've been learning a long time for myself, so yeah, feel free to stop me at any time if you have any questions, right, please? So we're saying an investment in people through affordable education. You know something that's funny about Nigeria? Anywhere in diaspora, you would find Nigerians at the highest level of any organization. I work for a giant company, a giant industry. We make a lot of cars. And in that office, there's 3 Nigerians in there. There's myself, there's another guy. He's not here today, unfortunately. He had an operation just 2 days ago, and he sends his apologies. Like he's one of the campaign guys for AAC as well. His name is Tio. I wish him well because he's in hospital. Now, as you can imagine, affordable education is something we've been craving. Why do we have to come out here and get the best education? Why? Why can't we do it in our country? It's simple. Leadership. Then, work skills that lead to opportunity for economical and financial success for everybody. There's a big difference there when we say for all. So we are talking about from nursery school through to secondary school, down to university, down to the people working. Right? This is what we crave for, this is what we want. Like Gina said, we are here to inspire, don't get me wrong. In as much as we know what we need to be here, but we have to get inspired by what we are trying to do for the country. So we look at it and we say success for all. Everybody knows the definition of success, but I put it to you guys that look, success is basically, in any shape you look at it, is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So all of us here right now, the fact that we are supporting a worthy cause, why can't we call ourselves successful? Where are we missing that point? Where can we rise up? When can we rise up and say, our country is successful if we have the right leaders to push us through? That's the second point when it comes to what makes us great. So we look at kindness, care for its citizens and for the citizens of other countries. All of you know what they think about Nigerians abroad. We've had our image tarnished, we've had it back, and now we're picking up again. We're picking up not because corruption has stopped, no, not because we've all of a sudden become brilliant, no. We're picking up because of self-realization. We are realizing things are happening so fast and so crucial that we look at the people in this room today and say, look, we are young, we are dynamic, we can make a difference if we are aligned with leadership. We go back to resources, creativity, and innovation. Now, Omoyele has used the word creativity in so many of his interviews. Dare I say that some people actually miss the point when we are being creative, when we say, what is creativity? Creativity is you able to wake up and say, I can do this thing, and have the imagination to see you through, and have the right qualities to see you through. It doesn't matter about experience, your imagination is everything. We've heard so many people say, hey look, where's the experience? And I say to them, all the experience we've had before, what have they done for us? What we're lacking is imagination. We need leadership, we need leaders that have the right imagination. And when you talk about imagination, you're talking about being creative. Creativity comes from the word create. Your party is excellent. The reason why I align myself with AAC is because of the words that it has in it. African Action Congress. It's not just for Nigeria alone. 2 weeks ago, when we knew we were going to give this talk, myself and Gina went to the university. We went around to local places to feel the people, to feel the Africans around us, to feel our brothers. When we said, you know, we're going to host the presidential candidate for Nigeria. One guy stood up and said, if I cannot be there, please can you record this thing? I need to listen to it. We need leaders. Please just record it for me specifically. I said, no problem, I'll do that for you. Right? He's an African, he's from Zimbabwe. They are watching. They see what's going on. They see the older fellows trying to run away with our lives. They see the younger people fighting. They see it. They're not having a laugh. They see these things, but they're waiting. They're waiting for us to react. They're waiting for action. They're waiting for us to decide to take action, which is what has led us here today. So, how do we change the narrative? It's very interesting because I grew up in Benin. Don't let my accent deceive you, please. I can switch it 100 times. But I grew up in Benin. For 20 years, I lived in Benin. And I saw a lot of things exciting when I was young. The stories we used to tell ourselves while I was a kid, exciting stories about the future, about how things were going to grow and how we want to be this when we grow up. You know, I wanted to be a medical doctor when I grew up because we're from a medical family, so basically I had to conform with what I knew. So, but the narrative then was Nigeria is going somewhere. Now things started to change, as you can imagine. Things started coming in, strange things like you need to structure your stomach. I didn't understand that. Structural adjustment program. What is this all about? What are we restructuring here? That one went as far back as even before that. There was an operation to feed the nation, and I thought, fair enough. We're not really hungry like that. Even as a young age, I knew there wasn't something right about that. So we look at those stories, and then we move forward, and then you have leaders who all of a sudden will wake up as a new guy in town from nowhere. I went to military school. For the first 3 years of my secondary school, I was in military school with a lot of military guys who took Nigeria for granted at some point. So I went to school with a lot of their kids. So I know exactly what the narrative was when I was at school there. And I know what really pained me coming from Benin as well. My dad was in the army, he fought in the army, he was a major, he was a medical doctor. Came over to England, got what he wanted to do, and then went back to serve his country as a medical doctor continuously. So, that narrative I constantly told myself was, this country has to be better. At a young age of 13, I realized that if Nigeria was to be good, it needed people who would actually lead us to a very, very good place. This is a 13-year-old boy. I say that because immediately after I left from my secondary school, the first thing when I got to secondary school I went to, I looked at it and I could see the politics there already. I could see what was wrong. I knew things were not working as were supposed to be. Now, that narrative we're telling ourselves is the story we're constantly telling ourselves. Are we good enough? Or do we just conform? Now, to be honest, a lot of us conform. We are following the followers. A couple of days ago, I made a short video, and I was getting some pressure for some of my friends, as you can imagine, who have joined the other parties or doing whatever. And I said, look, this is not about party affiliation. In as much as we know we need to support those people we believe in, this is about aligning with the people you call your leaders. If someone is going to lead you, are you ready to follow that person? And then why are you following that person is the main thing. Are you just conforming? If you're conforming, then the country has a problem. If you're following the leader because he has a vision, then there is hope. That's the way I see it. There is hope. There's hope in what we're doing. That's the narrative we have to tell ourselves. There is hope in what we're doing. Hope is waking up in the morning and knowing, I have a leader who can take us where we want to go. I have a leader I believe in. I am not afraid to confront my leader and tell him what's going on, tell me something, and he will tell you. He will project it for you. That's the hope we're looking for. That's how we change the narrative. Then, what are we telling ourselves as Nigerians? I mean, when I walked in here when the party 2 was playing, I took my time and listened to the words, because I hear about the level. I listened to the word. I felt a sense of pride, because we're 6,000-7,000 miles away from home. We're in a small town in Luton. Regardless of how we look at it, we're sitting here with greatness, regardless of how you look at it. If you know the story about Malcolm X, if you know the story about Martin Luther King, if you know the story about Obama, then I would say to you, look at yourselves today and see what story you're being told today. What is the story that you're actually creating today? It's not the fact that we're here looking, it's the story that we're building up. In 10 years' time, somebody will say, what happened in Luton? Omoyele was in Luton. Okay, who's Omoyele Sowore? Oh, he's the president of Nigeria.
Take it back. Action.
Thank you. Now, how are we preparing for the future? This is it. We are already doing it. Don't get me wrong. We are already preparing for the future. We have a lot of angry people in Nigeria. We have a lot of anxious people. But if you dig down, if you go deep a little bit, just a little bit deeper, you will find that what's making a lot of us angry is the fact that we just seem to be conforming. We are not actually following true leaders. We're just conforming to stuff that we can change. That is why we're angry. I remember one time I was driving back in Nigeria and someone saw me, he recognized me, he stopped. So I was going, hey, and another guy was beeping behind him. this gentleman switched 360 degrees from a very nice person to a very angry person. Now I'm just coming from England. I haven't seen that kind of thing in a long time. You know, I took a step back. Where did that come from? You know, and then you see it regularly on our streets. You see it in our schools. You see it in our universities. And I think that's the saddest place where we see a lot of anger in our universities today. The reason I say that, because the university system, as it's supposed to be, is supposed to give you a brighter life into your future. What are we telling ourselves? How are we preparing for our future? What is this in our universities? What are they producing now? It's a question we have to ask. And then we go into things like, how do we spice it up? Now, before I give Omoyele the mic to tell us about spicy heat, I will give you a short narrative about how I look at spicy heat and why I think everyone here should sell that story based on what the country needs, not what the country wants. There's two things involved. If we want something, like a child, we might moan and groan, and when we get it, that's it. That's more or less what we're dealing with now. But if we know what the country needs, you would reach in and support, because then you're doing it for your country. Now, Spicer Heat on a different level, before we go really, really political, and let Sowore really tell us about how this is going to affect us in diaspora as well. Like I told you before, I grew up in Benin City. In diaspora, there's about roughly 20 million Nigerians in diaspora. Might be 1-2 million short. Now we remit about close to $40 billion, I believe, to Nigeria, right? Now that's almost the budget. That's a huge amount of money from the diaspora. It's a huge amount of money. Now we have that impact. We know we can do it. Now when we look at it and say, okay, from a security point of view, what is it that we are offering back home? Okay, we're giving them money, we're offering them, yes, a level of security, but you know, why is security an issue? I'm here because it's a choice for me. You know, this place is a choice. It's not really where I want to be, right? There's a situation with power, we all know that. But what are we doing to change that? We're going to try and fix that. And then we have infrastructure, there's bad roads. So I'm driving around the place, I'm like, oh, why can't our country be like this? Every day I have this thought. Corruption is something we can always talk about. We know, it's almost in our DNA now. It's almost shameful, but it's not a big problem because we can prevent it. Now we look at the economy. Now the leaders we have, they're doing what they can do, let's put it that way. But what they're doing is not enough. A great man once said, make sure you do all you can do. And all you can do is what you can do, but make sure all you're doing is enough. If we look at ourselves right now in terms of support, are we actually doing enough? Are we sharing this narrative? Are we selling ourselves? Are we selling our party? Are we supporting our leaders? Are we supporting this leader in particular? I would say so far from what I see, a big yes. And I applaud you for that, 100%. Now, in view of restructuring things, I looked at restructuring and said, how do we restructure it? Oh, look, there's a lot of R&D going on at the moment within ourselves. We're researching, we're developing ourselves. The reason we're here today is based on one thing. You decided to come here. We didn't force you, no. We didn't drag you, no. You made that decision to come here. It's a level of restructuring going on within our psyche that has brought us here today. And we need to tap into that. You know, as you can see, I'm coming from an inspirational point of view, from a spicy heat, not the political side, which we deliver, right? And when you talk about health, what are we doing here? The majority of us, you know, we're here because we can't afford the kind of treatment we're getting back home. My wife is here today. She's struggling with an ailment. She has a strange ailment that many people don't know. Back home, she would probably, you know, I don't want to be bad about it, but I don't think they will handle it the way we expected it to be handled. So that has to be addressed as well. Now, education. I'm very big on education. I love education. I love educated people. I love hearing kids 2 years old expressing themselves. I have a daughter who's 2 years old. She says to me sometimes, Daddy, you're silly. And I look at her, I look at her mom, and I say, you know what, if she can tell me at 2 that I'm silly, that means she knows I'm being silly. You know, there's a reason for that. That means she's being schooled, you know? But we know back home, if your child tells you you're silly, it's a whole different level. You have to come talk to the teacher first and say, what are you teaching my child? But here we have to analyze it. That's the kind of education we're craving for, where children will be creative, where they'll be imaginative, where they'll be informed. They can give decisions, they can influence things. That will happen, I know that. You know? Agriculture, at school, secondary school, I went to Command Secondary School in Kwaja. I used to be very good in planting corn and all these things. I have a garden and still plant things here because I want to align with what's going on, you know, what I know, what I enjoyed growing up. Still want that alignment. But is it working? Yes, it's working because I've restructured myself to think Nigeria will get better. It's not a case of, oh, we need to get better. No. You know, the days of Andrew wanting to check out have actually gone because now what's coming back is we have to wake up and take this thing back or else we will still be looking for the next Andrew to tell us to check out. You know? So on the agricultural level, yes, we know what we have as a community. We know Nigeria is one of the places in the world, if you throw a seed up and it lands, something will grow. And then you wonder why we're hungry. You have to question leadership. Tourism aspect of Nigeria is great for me because I travel a lot. And when I go to Nigeria, I go to the village. I go to my mother's village, it's Lancaster, it's near Okene, some of you might have heard of it, some of you don't. It's close to Ondo State. I go there and I spend a considerable amount of time because the alignment with the villagers is completely different. Now they have mobile phones. Some of us are watching, some of them are watching us now live. That's what's important for me. They are supporting us, regardless of how we feel we are here. There's 1,000 people watching us to see, hey, look, what are you guys doing over there? What are you doing outside in for us? That is why I respect what Omoyele does in the diaspora. Because he doesn't stay still just at home. He moves around the globe. Because he knows there's 20 million of us that are willing to stand up and spice up Nigeria for him. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk too much. I would like to say, this is what I've got from Omoyele so far, from my point of view. Minimum wages, 100K, I'm right up there with you. I will fight 100% for that with you. People power, every one of us have to be empowered in order to support a great leader that we know we are going to get. You know, the diaspora input, he's fighting that fight for us. That's, I don't want to call it a stupid statement when people say to us, you are not on ground so you don't know. My reply to them most of the time is, I get the information before you. Simple. You know? And then the African engagement, I talked about that before. I work as a very proud African man in Luton. A lot of people know me. I have about 100 kids I'm responsible. 80% of them are Africans. It's not by fluke, it's by design. And then we look at technology. I mean, I'm talking now, there's a bunch of us here, you all have your mobile phones. Your platform is amazing. We know how many people are watching. So yes, that is what I've got. That is what has inspired me to be aligned with the leader that is Omoyele, Sowore. So if you can put your hands together, please, so he can spice this thing up for us all over here. Thank you very much, sir.
AC,
Take it back.
take it back.
Action.
Hey man, I have to thank you so much for starting off this day. Like, this is like injecting coffee into us. It's amazing, and I want to thank everyone for coming out here in Luton today, and also the organizers of today's event. Where's Mr. Taiwo? Thank you so much for bringing us together here. We are blowing through the United Kingdom, as we do everywhere we go. We call ourselves the hurricane. And everything we take with us as we move through cities, we move through villages, towns, we move through senatorial districts. Everywhere we reach, we clean up. And as we're moving down through towns and cities and physical structures, we're also moving through people's minds. We're sharing ideas that have become now dominant. You cannot believe, and I say this all the time, I don't have a structure for explaining why we must change Nigeria to anyone. I don't go around with PowerPoint presentations, even though I love them. I go and reach people wherever they need to be met and explain to them that this is not difficult. To explain to people that in 2018, there is nothing complex about constructing road from point A to point B anymore, because other African countries are doing it who were not even there when Nigeria started a long time ago. There is nothing difficult in setting up a hospital and putting a doctor there to diagnose people appropriately and treat them. There is nothing difficult anymore in constructing a train station, a rail line from Lagos to Calabar. Even if you have to do it by hand, there are enough people in Nigeria, young people, who can help you set up a dual gauge, and in 100 days we'll know where we are. Guess what? The same country where they say this is impossible, they dug underneath the ground to put cables for phone companies around Nigeria. I saw them doing it. And today, all the phone companies already have network around Nigeria, including Sambisa Forest, where Boko Haram is doing so well today. So how come governments cannot make these things happen? So when we discuss this, we discuss it with conviction. And I have said it, that even though the whole country might be comatose, one person can inspire a country to freedom and glory. And the rest of us just need to wake up and embrace these ideas and ideals that can make our country a fantastic country. I have no doubt, I cannot lose hope in Nigeria, because as long as I see the people they call Nigerians, they are the most unique people you can find on the surface of the earth. But then you have to wonder, and curiously too, how is it that these very dynamic people allow themselves to be governed by fools and dumb people? Some of the most educated people, if we walk into Luton today and you look at records, the best doctors are likely to be Nigerian, the best lawyers are likely to be Nigerian, the best architect is likely to be Nigerian, the best teacher. I've been to places in Europe where people who are residents there, people who are citizens there, insist that they want their children to go to the school where the Nigerian teacher is. They insist that they want to go to the hospital where there is a Nigerian doctor. But the same thing is not applicable at home. But guess what? In just 8 months as a movement, in just 2 months as a political party, our ideas are spreading like fire. To the extent that even the analog brained leaders in the country are stealing the ideas every day, even though they can't catch up. Yesterday, I actually read this morning, Buhari is saying that they are now going to make broadband available across Nigeria. Wow, I said that's digital leadership, but it's coming too late, because the man doesn't understand the meaning of broadband. Somebody just told himself about, if you don't finish these AAC people by catching up with them, let's just go and issue a statement that will make broadband available. But we have gone past that level. We have reached a level where we have promised Nigerians that Wi-Fi will become a fundamental human right. Because their own idea of broadband is still phone companies ripping our people off. But our own idea of it is that it will become free, almost free, because there are companies out there who would invest in the people of Nigeria if only they can find a government that they can relate with, who can help the ideas become something that will benefit the people of Nigeria. So recently, we've been getting involved in meetings with even some of these European representatives. They're catching the fever as well, and one of them invited us to a meeting, and we started having a conversation. They said to us, look, there are things that, even as much as you think we are not trying to help you, there are people who we bring into this country and say, look, provide free things to Nigerians, things that they are willing to. He said, but the special interest in the country will not allow it to happen. So there are people here whose job is to be a stumbling block to development and progress in your country. And as long as they are there, forget about the future. But you are sitting down here, every day you bust your behind to think about home. Like our brother rightly said, anytime I'm in Nigeria, I don't know what is happening in Nigeria. The moment I step out of Nigeria, I have more information about Nigeria than people who are living inside of Nigeria. That was why Sahara Reporters was so successful. I will break news, and ministers will be calling me in Nigeria, so where did you get the information from? Because we are part of the government, but we didn't know that the president has traveled out of the country. Because we are here perpetually interested in how Nigeria will become a great country. Also because we are also tired of staying in another person's country. That's right. All of us, almost. Nobody can tell me about it more than myself. I spent 19 years in the United States of America. And I'm tired of staying there. I'm tired of staying there because no matter how well it looks, it's just nothing like home. There's nothing like being able to wake up in your own country, feeling that you are genetically tied to the place, where you feel happy and healthy. One of our brothers who couldn't make it to this place today was talking about his back. He has chronic back pain. But he said anytime you go to Nigeria, the heat in Nigeria can hit your back. Yeah. But right now, the government in Nigeria is breaking your back. The leadership in the country is breaking your head. We need to change that. The only way to change the Nigerian narrative of death and destruction and disease, the DDD, the triple D, is to change the leadership of death, leadership of destruction, and the diseased leadership in the country. We introduced something today that we have to kill the kebabs in the country, and that this campaign will be carbicides, just as we have insecticides. Yes, we have to fumigate the land. And there's nothing to be apologetic about, ladies and gentlemen, in the work we need to do for Nigeria. Whether you are in the diaspora or you are at home. Because if we don't do it, it will get to us somehow. If we ignore it, you know how Nigeria is. It will follow you everywhere you go. If you don't do something about it now, and this is the best time, the country will go down completely. It's almost reached ground zero right now. I'm talking about Nigeria. I've been traveling Nigeria for 8 months non-stop. And each time we travel in Nigeria, we also have the bad luck of traveling outside of Nigeria. And you go, you can imagine you are coming from Sokoto, and then you find yourself in Perth, Australia, like the following week. The paradoxes of those two places, geographically, physically, humanly, makes you become very depressed. When you are then traveling back to Nigeria. You imagine traveling back yesterday from Muritala Mohammed Airport, right? One of the worst in the world. And then landing at Heathrow. And then the next moment you are in Manchester. You imagine traveling between a place in GRA Keja to get to the airport, which is 10 minutes, but it took you 45 minutes to get to the airport. Because there are potholes, there are police checkpoints, all kinds of humanly impossible obstruction. And then the next moment, you are driving on M1 all the way to Luton, and you're asking yourself, who caused us? Because these things are not fundamentally difficult. You just find human beings who constitute an obstruction to progress, and we know them. And we are curious about them. But regardless, we will still gather ourselves together. Somebody will call you from Nigeria and say, have you heard about Atiku? Yes. And they will actually cost themselves by claiming that they are articulated. It's just like saying that I want cancer to infect me. I want to be infected with cancer. Yes. Or that you wake up and say, the only person who can lead you into the next century is the Buhari, who has admitted personally that if he was younger, maybe he can try. He said that a year into his regime in South Africa. Another president met him and had a meeting with him, Donald Trump. He said, I just met a lifeless man. What testimony else do you need that it is time? Even I'm sure that Buhari himself is wondering why Nigerians still want him. They must think that these are the most foolish people in the world. Look at imagine, because every body language signal he can give you, he has given you that it's not ready. The man spent 100 days in the hospital, kept your air jets at the airport here. By the way, Luton is where they park their jets. Yes, there's a hangar here for private jets. That's where most of the criminals land and keep their private jets. Guess what? That's 5,000 euros per night to park their jets here. That's the cost. Yes, or even more. But they don't care. They must spend 100 days. But guess what? In Nigeria, when he arrived, they put in signboard, billboard, and they welcome back, sir. May you live long. Somebody who is lifeless, we are wishing him to live long. You are the one who something is wrong with. When his son fell off the bike, and he went to Germany to take it, they put a signboard at the airport. The level of sycophancy of Nigerians, not all Nigerians, but some of the leaders, is such that we just have to do something urgent about Nigeria. And who are the best people to do it? Those of us who, whether we like it or not, are the ones sustaining Nigeria today. Somebody said 40 billion or 50 billion is how much money we send home. We do send more money. You know why? Because that's the one that is officially set through Western Union, World Remit. But when Nigerians want to send real money, they don't send it through the official channel. They go to the airport and give it to somebody. Say, help me drop this thing at home. That is what has kept Nigeria going. I mean, the country of Nigeria going. But you have a duty to not only stop at sending 50 billion. We need a little bit of investment, more, in ourselves, in a political process that can deliver this country so that finally you too can breathe easy. Yes, I'm sure that the money you send home every year, you could do something with it. But sometimes people have to forego their annual vacations so that they can send money home. You know, because whether you like it or not, you must have a relative that's going to wed. There must be someone who is sending their children to school. There was somebody who just fell sick and is about to die. Even when they don't meet any of those categories, you know the WhatsApp messages of sending you prayers when they want to ask for money, and then sending you proverbs if you don't send it on time. It is so important that we intervene in the life of Nigeria. And it's so important that we do it now, because some people might tell you that, oh, your time is not now. Some people stupidly tell us that, oh, 2023 is when it's our time. And I asked them, if these guys win, you will not live up to 2023. That's the truth. Yes. And it doesn't matter where you are. If these guys can get hold of Nigeria in the next 4 years, if Atiku does, he will put Nigeria on Alibaba or eBay. They will sell the country. You know the kind of people that are following him. These guys are brazen thieves, and they cannot wait to get hold of the Nigerian treasury one more time. If you give Nigeria back to Buhari, you are dead, because he will take you down to his grave with him. It's already lifeless. And these guys have nothing to lose. The people that got something to lose are 70% of the population of Nigerians, young people. But guess what? Some of these young people are the ones who are they are the first line of defense of the oppression in the land. If anything goes wrong and it's pointed to them, they say, is Nigeria the worst? Rome was never built in a day. And you ask them, was Rome built forever? There was a plan to build Rome. It wasn't built in a day, that's true. But Rome was not built at this time. If it was built at this time, Rome probably would have been built in a day. Because China is building cities in one day now. And they have what they call ghost cities, apartments that have never been occupied before. So you have no excuse. Because you got the most powerful resource in the world, people. Nigerian people are the greatest people we have as resources. It's not oil anymore.
Can I have your attention, please? This is a staff announcement. Can Ray from Mighty please come to reception? Ray from Mighty to reception. Thank you.
So you have to think about this progressively. You have to be deep about it. You have to be deliberate about it to support a new generation of leaders. There must be a transfer of power, a transition from the current idiocy and stupidity to a digital leadership. And we have been able to demonstrate it since we started as aspirants, as movement people, and eventually candidates. Everywhere we have had a chance to have a conversation about where Nigeria should go. Nobody's in doubt that we are the best equipped. When I met the Minister of Communication, we were able to prove it that this man doesn't know what he's doing, and he's the Minister of Communication. That's the man in charge of technology in the communication sector. The man did not know how to use Google. Yes, if he did, he would have known that I'm not from Ile-Ife. Right? When we met other candidates and we had a conversation, no one of them could argue with us. When we discussed minimum wage, and they said all the economists in the country claim that it will cause inflation. That's the only thing they understand. Any economist that only understands inflation, you know that he's not an economist. He's just a trial and error speculator. And we have asked them, so 100,000 is going to cause inflation? They said yes. So we developed a tool online. It's called a salary calculator. You compare your salary with that of a Nigerian senator. So we discovered that if you are earning 18,000 naira per month, it will take you 36 years to make the amount of money a Nigerian senator takes home in a month. I mean, did you hear me properly? Yes. If you are earning 100,000 naira, it will take you 7 years to make the amount of money a senator is taking home per month. Not the amount of money now, but their allowances, because there's a difference between the senatorial allowance, which is 13.5 million naira, and their monthly salary, which is about 1 million naira, and then they get some other perks. Yes, they have wardrobe allowance, they have saliva allowance, they have all kinds of allowances. By the time you put all that together, there's no... So what the senator is earning in a month as allowance alone is the salary of 2,076 Nigerian workers at 18,000 naira minimum wage. So you ask yourself, how come that is not causing inflation? And we have not even talked about the looting of the economy that happens underneath our watch, the ones that are documented officially. And those things are not causing inflation. And we've been challenging them. No one of them could respond. Not even some of the younger candidates who are going around gallivanting. When they were confronted with questions of economic nature, one of them was moping in front of me on TV. I said, sir, what are you paying workers? He said he's still calculating. I said, we are 124 days from election. Still, it's 100 days now, no response. When they talk about the economy, you say, which economy are you talking about? Nigeria doesn't have an economy because an economy without electricity is not an economy. Economy that is incapable of creating a production base is not an economy. An economy with no agricultural output is not an economy. The only state in Nigeria that is growing rice, I think it's Yobe or Kebbi State. Is it Kebbi State? They made 150 billion naira last year from sale of rice alone. So imagine if all the states are growing rice, how much we'll be making. But instead of growing rice, what did the federal government went and did? They came out with their own statistics that Nigeria is no longer importing rice. In fact, they lied that rice mills are closing down in Malaysia and Singapore and Thailand Until those ones came out and said, there's nothing like that in our country. We did our own research, found out that more rice is entering Nigeria, but through the border, than before. Because Nigeria has got mouths to feed. Propaganda cannot feed people. But what did they need to do about agriculture is to get the state governors to stop buying Prado jeeps and start buying tractors. When we were approaching Luton, the first thing we saw is like, I think you have some kind of valley overlooking from M1. And then I looked and I saw cow ranches. I saw ranches on our way here. And so there are farmers here. And that's the same problem we have in Nigeria that they call herdsmen versus farmers. Because all the farmers that are killing themselves with herdsmen, they are the subsistence farmers that are growing 1,000 naira cassava per year. But if we are serious and we can ranch all the cows, about 3 million cows that are roaming around in Nigeria, and we can put ranch out there, the man who is a Hausa man gets a ranch, he puts his cow over there, we can even be collecting taxes per cow, because we are the ones helping you. And when your cow delivers, the government can know how many cows are born per year. We're not going to be like Buhari's cows that are always 150, per year, that never increase in number. At the moment you're able to monitor this, you have data and you can plan. But beyond that, do you know that cow dung can be used in generating electricity? That is digital and forward-looking leadership there. Over 1,000 megawatts of electricity can be generated from cow dung.
Take it back.
And what do we need? We need 24,000 megawatts of electricity to be able to put Nigeria on a 24 hours supply of electricity. It's not impossible to do. In fact, it's the easiest thing to do these days with the combination of solar energy, which is in abundance in Nigeria. Do you know on our way here, we went to a stadium, right there, the Old Trafford Stadium, where Manchester United loses their games every time. Yes, I want to get you guys upset. So, our tour guides took us around, and when we got to the main bowl, he was explaining to us how they grow the grass. He said the grass is about 90% natural, but 10% of it is fiber that holds the grass together so that it could be in use year-round. But he said something that was amazing. He said, we met some, things on the pitch, on the main bowl. They're like, they have tires and they're like all these twisted metals. And we're about to ask him, we thought they were like irrigation machines. Turns out he said, we're not as lucky as you guys are. We don't have enough sunshine here. So they had to create artificial sunshine to keep the grasses growing year-round. Artificial. We will have abundance of sunshine in Nigeria. We just need to put it out there to help us grow electricity. If you do Sokoto State, you do Yobe, in fact, there's nowhere in Nigeria that solar energy will not work. But there is nobody in Nigeria who is thinking about that, because they don't even understand what solar energy is all about. Everybody is waiting for the oil from the Niger Delta. They're waiting for gas in the Niger Delta. And the moment the militants blow up a gas pipeline, the whole country is in darkness. They don't even understand that you don't need to pipe gas for it to get to where it can generate electricity. You can truck gas to an electricity generating plant, pump it in, and more trucks come in as an alternative way of transporting gas. Look at Nigeria in 2018. Households are not supplied with gas. So that you're cooking gas, they are still rolling gas cylinders all over the place in Nigeria. I don't know how many of you have seen gas cylinders except maybe you are going camping one time. Nigeria, there's no single house. So, in all honesty, the country is a virgin land where you can practice any form of development at this time. In such a way that you look at Nigeria, maybe even in a year's time from now, and you'll be wondering, wow, I didn't know I was part of history in Luton when I was talking to these guys. Because we know what to do already. The brains to make Nigeria work, they are sitting in this room with us. Some of you are engineers that are working to build tunnels, to build trains. Some of you are working to design highways. Some Nigerians are helping to design airspaces for other countries. Everywhere else we go, we are helping to grow other people's economy. But we are not even allowed to peep in into our own economy. Any one of you now who is planning to go to Nigeria, you have to first of all fast for days. And the fasting will include that when you get to the airport, that your bag will come out of the conveyor belt. The other day, we have a video on my page. Electricity went out for 45 minutes at the arrival hall. 45 good minutes. I mean, who is still doing that in the world? And you cannot find these leaders taking responsibility for it. What they're doing is right before our eyes. They'll go on the highway, construct like 2 kilometers, put a picture of it on YouTube and Facebook, and people will be clapping for them. But when you actually drive on those roads, you know, it's all false. It's just doing experimental deception of the Nigerian public. You know, it's a social experiment in deception. And we are in this continuous circumlocution. So what is Spicer Heat? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll run through it. Number one intention we have in Nigeria is to keep Nigeria safe. That's the word S is security. The second one is, of course, power. And we are bringing in technology to bear in providing electricity to Nigerians to the extent that we expect that in 2.5 years we would have moved from 4,500 miserable megawatts to 24,000 megawatts of electricity, so that we can at least have 24 hours of electricity in all the major cities. That's not enough, by the way. What will be enough will be about 100,000. But the moment you have 24,000, you can move progressively towards 100,000. Because countries like South Africa, which we claim that our economy is bigger, is about 62,000 megawatts of electricity. You are asking yourself, where did Ghana get electricity from that Nigeria can't get it from? It's horrible leadership. Number 3 thing there is infrastructure. All of you that are driving on nice roads, right? We want to bring that home to Nigeria as well. And I tell you, there is something that hits me all the time I'm driving on a nice road. I don't know if it happens to you. In my mind, I feel like a thief. I feel like I should just steal the road and take it to Nigeria. You know, so I'm always looking at this, where can we put M1 in Nigeria? So I'm looking at it, this should be Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, this should be Kano-Kaduna Expressway. That's how I feel. I'm always like, something is transporting whatever thing I find as goods to Nigeria. If I find a functioning airport, I'm thinking this should be Akure, you know. And if I find, you know, a functional school, I'm always thinking, wow, we can put this one in Niger State now, you know. That's how my mind works 24/7. That's how I travel. It's almost like, and you know these things because you know it's possible. Yes, you know that these things are possible. Because why? We actually budget for these developments every year. There is no time, ladies and gentlemen, every year that you come here that you don't see Nigerian leaders come around. And I know it's the most commonly asked question, frequently asked question. If these leaders see how things work in other countries, how come they can't bring it home? But Nigeria has the bad luck of electing or selecting or appointing people who are genetically wicked. There's nothing else can describe Nigerian leadership than wickedness. Because even things that they can do for free, they will never do it for you. I know of people who donated hospital equipment to some Nigerian leaders and they converted them to their own personal hospitals. Or Nigerian leaders who will build hospitals, they will even get money from NGOs or foundations around the world, and they will never allow the equipment to come into Nigeria. There was a time GE brought a turbine to Nigeria. Nigeria just needed to construct, I think somewhere in the south, just to construct a bridge so that they can take the turbine. They did not carry the turbine until it was spoiled to the place where they're supposed to use it to generate electricity. Is that these guys, apart from just being lazy and ignorant, they're also wicked people. Yeah, and when you have those kind of leaders, it's nothing, because what goes on in their mind is, how can we keep these people perpetually enslaved? There was a minister who granted an interview, Minister of Health. They were asking, why are doctors going on strike? He said, why should every doctor be a doctor? My tailor is a doctor. Yes, he said, Minister, let doctors find other things to do. They can be, yes. This was not more than 2 months ago. You can search it on Facebook. He said it. That's the kind of prevailing mentality of people who are running Nigeria. So our number 4th position there is corruption. We know what corruption has done to us. We can't tell you enough. There's corruption at every level, but how can we stop corruption? We will bring technology to bear on, fighting corruption. Corruption don't exist without creating loopholes for corrupt people. Let me tell you, if your societies here allow it, people will steal here as well. The word corruption is not a Nigerian word, it's an English word. That means that people in this part of the world understand corruption, but in fact, some of the worst corruption happening out of Nigeria are encouraged by European banks. Yes. They are the ones helping to be the pipeline. In fact, they are the ones who teach how to create fake accounts abroad in Switzerland and all. They provide the lawyers for you. They provide the legal and technical advice for how Africans steal. They help them get real estate and they help them hide the assets. They help them create, beneficial owners. I've covered all these things, yes, before. So corruption will happen wherever you allow it to happen. But we can stop corruption in Nigeria by ensuring that people in leadership don't have any form of interface with money. Part of the problem is that we allow, as Jonathan said, yam and goats to be coexisting. The moment you put yam and goat together, what do you think the goat will do? Is to eat the yam anytime it's hungry. So we must separate the yams from our stupid goats, stubborn goats in the country. And technology can work. We discussed it yesterday. You can, if you go around this building, which I'm sure is a public building, to get into various sections of it, depending on how secure they want, it's fingerprints. So if anything goes missing in this building today, they will find out from every one of us, because they have videos as you are going to the toilet. If you took anything with you, in 5 minutes, they review, they know who stole what. They know the number of people that have entered this building, how many people left the building. So you can do the same thing with the federal workforce in Nigeria. Make sure that everybody that is coming to work have a fingerprint before they can open their door. When they are leaving, if you want to elevate to a high level, you make it retina conscious, this retina sensitive process where you use your eyes before you can get into the building. The technology is there, it's cheap. But Nigeria has got over 25% of its workforce who are ghost workers. So when we are even talking about the workforce in Nigeria, you are talking about almost 250,000 people who are not at work at all. But I met a friend of mine who said they brought the technology to Nigeria to to weed out all the ghost workers. Their bosses called them to a meeting and said, you want to die. So what do you mean want to change this country? They said, all these emirs, obas, that's how they eat too. We share the money with them. So if you eliminate ghost workers, they will come and kill you. The guy said he packed his things and ran away from Nigeria. Because you already without even deploying the technology, has already found 100,000 fake workers. Yes, just by looking at duplicates. And the database is there. You look at Nigeria today, they collect data in 7 different places. INEC, immigration, banks through BVN, INEC, right? The phone companies have data that they collect. If you go and collect passport, FRUSC, the driver's license people, everybody, including the National Population Commission. So nobody can tell you that there's no data of Nigerians to work with. But people who have analog brains cannot use digital data to plan a country. So we have everything that we could use. We have all the raw materials to bring about an economy that can work for us. But the Nigerian economy now is based, of course, on just speculation. It's not an economy that anybody can describe to you. In fact, when you ask the so-called economists in the country, what is Nigeria's political economy? Nobody can explain to you. The only thing they will do is point to the foreign reserve. And I've asked them, what is the meaning of foreign reserve? They said, Sowore, you don't understand economics. Foreign reserve is the credit card of the rich. Yes, it's for balance of payment between what you are importing, and so that there will be something to pay for your importation. The moment you start producing, you don't need foreign reserve. You need debt. You can owe as much as you want. America is the biggest debtor in the world, but it's for their own people. I have been asking people, where do the UK put their foreign reserve? If foreign reserve is actually very, very good and fantastic, they could put their money, their foreign reserve in Nigerian banks because their interest rate is the highest in the world. So you can go and put all your money there. They will help you double it, and hopefully you get it in your lifetime. But it requires people who understand how the world is working. For you to understand that you have to feed your people first before you put your money in another person's bank. Ask Nigeria, where does your foreign reserve live? It's in the Bank of England. And JP Morgan. Who are the people in JP Morgan? The same young people who are playing kalo with your money. When you put the foreign reserve there, they take your money and borrow it to other countries to develop their own infrastructure. And your own country cannot boast of 1 kilometer of highway that can take anybody to his destination. And you are there shouting about foreign reserve. Your people are going hungry. You are showing foreign reserve. Your children cannot go to school. You are showing foreign reserve. Your people are sick and they don't have hospital. You are telling us about foreign reserve. You have no single kilometer of road. You have no electricity. You can't produce jack. You are shouting foreign reserve. And anytime they then get a chance to appoint anybody that is reasonable, they're going to appoint somebody who has failed at the World Bank to come and be the Minister of Finance of Nigeria, because those ones are reporting on behalf of their masters. So, restructuring. Of course, you've heard this story too many times. Nigeria is the new buzzword in Nigeria. They want Nigeria to be restructured. And it depends on who you ask. What is the meaning of restructuring? Some people will tell you that it means devolution of power. That power is too concentrated at the federal level. I agree. Some people will say it's about state police. We need police at every level. I agree. Some people will say that they want each of the states to control their resources. I agree. Some people are saying that they want regional governments. I disagree. Because the countries that we borrowed our democracy from, they no longer operate regional governments. And I'm asking people, if we operate regional governments in Nigeria, it means that the southwestern part of Nigeria is coming back, the headquarters will be in Ibadan again. I'm not sure that the man in Ekiti wants to come back to Ibadan, to be governed from Ibadan. But there is a way that we can govern ourselves and let every region move at their own pace. But it requires two things. It requires leadership and resources. If you don't have good leaders, it doesn't matter how well your country or your state is restructured, nothing will happen. In fact, I use the example of my state. Who's from Ondo State here? Ondo State. The governor of Ondo State, Olusegun, was in power for 8 years. The man did not allow local government elections to hold in Ondo State. The year he left office, he started shouting restructuring. And I asked his people, why didn't you restructure your states when you had a chance to do so? Why didn't you release local government allocations so that the local governments can become a place that will focus on development of the local areas? If you look at the United Kingdom, your members of parliament earn less money than local government officials because the focus is on how to grow the local areas. But in Nigeria, the federal government officials are earning huge amount of money and the local government officials don't even exist. There are some local government workers in Nigeria that have not earned the salary for 18 months. 18 months, nobody has paid their salary. How do you develop these areas? And you want to create state police? Fantastic. But have you paid your state workers? Do you want a police force that is armed with no salary in Nigeria? Even the ones that are paid salary, they are holding people to ransom on the highway. Wait until we have state police with no salary. You'll be seeing daylight armed robbery happening. So, but most importantly, the restructuring of Nigeria must take precedence only if the people for whom the restructuring is meant for are in charge. And it means that when we want to restructure our country, let's first and foremost have young people lead the country. And let young people meet together and also change the Nigerian constitution, because the Nigerian constitution is a fraudulent document created by the military. Take it back.
Take it back. Action.
All these arguments, as I've stated them, nobody has been able to counter them. Even the biggest advocates of restructuring, we've been inviting them to come for a television debate. They don't want to come near us. But they like it because it is their own way of getting power. And how do you know that? The most virulent advocates of restructuring in the southwestern part of Nigeria they are fairly people. I know that. But do you know what they did? They went and supported Atiku. You want to restructure Nigeria, you go and support a thief. Is that how to restructure a state? It shows that they were never interested in restructuring. They were just looking for another political opportunity to make money. It's the restructuring of pockets. It's not the restructuring of Nigeria. The next item there is health. Of course, you know the aphorism about health is wealth. We do not have a health system, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. We were joking on our way here in the car, how people get treated in Nigeria. Every disease in Nigeria, every ailment, every sickness is called fever. Yes. Every diagnosis starts with malaria. You could have cancer and you're at the terminal stage. You walk into hospital, the doctor will tell you you have malaria. They have not touched you, tested you. I'm not saying everywhere, but at least 90% of people in Nigeria who have had the misfortune of seeing a doctor is given a wrong diagnosis, first and foremost. And the moment they start treating you with malaria medicine, when you have other problems, they'll be watching you and they give you 3 days. After 3 days, they will now elevate the diagnosis to typhoid. I don't know why everybody in Nigeria has typhoid. And you ask people, what is wrong with you? They say, I have fever. So, but it's been 3 days now. Say, I've been back to the doctor. They said it's typhoid. This is how most people are treated in Nigeria. So what do we intend to do is to bring healthcare back to it, and it has to include a primary healthcare system that is free and accessible to all. So that even with the level of Nigerians getting their blood pressure measured on a regular basis, because if you ask me, that is the greatest killer in Nigeria. Yes. heart disease all over the place. Of course, we have other problems. We have, maternity care issues, but heart disease is all over the place because nobody's out there even checking on anybody. You imagine you are having high blood pressure, and the only available means of medical care for you is ogogoro. What they call shepherd. They put roots in bottles and pour alcohol in it. Your blood pressure is already high and it's shooting through the roof, and somebody then pours you something, and then if you have the misfortune of sweating, you said you are recovering. Right? And then if you now have the luck of going to the bathroom and your urine is yellow, you said, I've just peed it out of my system. But the reason your urine is colored is because until you drank, it's already colored.
Take it back. Take it back. Awesome.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
We must change that. And changing that means serious investment in health. And we plan to invest, and we plan to hire over 160,000 health workers at first year. We want, yes. And for those of you who have indicated that you want to come back home, we will create the objective conditions for you to return, so that government can be responsible for letting you have waivers if you want to bring back your cars, your furniture, and you want to buy a house. Government can create a mortgage system in Nigeria, just as you have here. You don't have to put more money down. You have a special thing. A lot of people, Nigerians, want to come back and give back to Nigeria for free. They are all over the place, but nobody want to listen to them. Most of you, when you take even your ideas home, the more you push the ideas, the more they hate you. They say, who do you think you are? You think you can just come from nowhere? Yeah, they say, you are from London. It says, is it not the same London where it's always raining? Or they take your document from you, they go and change the name and the idea, take it and use it to make money, and you never hear from them again. So, all of this must be changes. Also, opportunities for telemedicine, where you can actually be a doctor abroad and you don't want to go home, or you can treat somebody in Nigeria just by way of a text message or a WhatsApp message, where we facilitate an interface between the doctors out here and people who are sick at home. Thousands of them can get treatment on a weekly basis. Because all you need to do is say, tell me your symptoms, and I can treat you over the phone. I get telemedical help when I'm in Nigeria, because in the course of running around this campaign, we eat all kinds of crap. That's the truth. Because you never have a chance to, choose what you are eating. You don't know when it's cooked. You just stop by the roadside, eat all kinds of things just to get by. And we get a lot of stomach flu and virus infection or viral infection all the time. You call the doctor will take, and before you know it, you're fine. So that opportunity is also there for a lot of people. Because a lot of Nigerian doctors have left the country. And the ones that have not left, the country has left them. Sadly. So that is for health. Education also, you don't want to get us started in this one, but we must invest in education. We must invest in education without looking back. I have said it. Education has to be free in Nigeria. Even the World Bank recently apologized. Even the World Bank recently apologized to Nigeria, the IMF, that it should have allowed Nigeria to invest in education in the past. Because that's the only, it's education that is putting China on the path of progress and prosperity. It's education that's putting India where it is today. We must invest in it. Ladies and gentlemen, if some of us did not get free education, we wouldn't have been able to go to school. That's the truth. Most of you who are here got zero to nothing in terms of school fees. When you go to Nigeria today, that drone in Ibadan, your state, is charging students 250,000 naira to go to Lautech. How do you pay people 18,000 naira a month and you expect their children to pay 250,000 naira school fees? They are pricing education out of the reach of the poor, but they know what they are doing. They are forcing their schools to excel and their children to go to school. Buhari's kids, as backward as Buhari is, he understands the importance of education. His children are here in the UK, including the last one. They are going to school here. He didn't send his children to a Almajiri school. You would think that somebody like that is very religiously bigoted, all his children will be in the Lekewu. No, they know the importance. Atiku's children are not going to Almajiri schools. Almajiri school is meant for the scum of the earth. And they understand it. So this investment, as a matter of fact, I was ruminating over it with Boko Haram the other day, that if they had sent those guys to school, they would not have hated Western education. It is their own way of retaliating against the lack of opportunity that, the opportunity they were denied when they were growing up. Because they were children of the poor, they sent them to Almajiri schools, and when they woke up and discovered that they couldn't cope in our quasi-westernized society, they became angry and started preaching against the system. And instead of the system to do something about them, they started handing them Okada, bikes. And after a time, they realized that these so-called people who are not sending there, they are not giving their children bikes. They see the kind of cars they drive, they know where they go to vacation, and they decided to strike back. So if you want to guarantee a future of peace for yourself, educate your children. If you want to guarantee a future of progress and prosperity for yourself, educate your children. What we know in our culture is that children are the social security of their parents. When my father was sending me to school, he said, look, when you are done, you have to take care of me, and you also have to send the rest of the children to school. I'm still paying school fees to them, first of 16 kids. And don't ask me if I know all their names. But we're there. This is the kind of future we must guarantee for ourselves. We must invest in education. Whatever it will take, we must invest in education that is not discriminatory. Because look at it. So many of you came to this country with one cloth on your back, and you are doing so well for yourself. You are sending your children to school here, and even not only do you send them to school to get the best education, some of you even protest here. When your children are not getting the kind of education that you think they deserve, you go and meet their teacher and say, why did my child not get 4-figure table? Why did you give him the one that is torn? Whereas in Nigeria, there's no school for anybody. We went to Obafemi Awolowo University the other day. Their toilets cannot be used by pigs. I went on a train in Nigeria from Yaba the other day. You cannot transport chicken in those trains. If you do so, the animal rights people will protest against you. But we met thousands of Nigerians inside of the place. And when we brought the video out, we had to compare with South Africa, Kenya, and Ghana. Because we don't want to make any comparison between Nigeria and Europe. Because we come up here and say, maybe Europe has been around since 1500. Why are you comparing us with Europe? These ones are countries that started about the same time we started. We didn't even go as far as Ethiopia. Agriculture, as I mentioned, look at what modern agriculture is doing in your neighborhood here. Look at the ranches. Look at how you buy your products. To the extent that in the US, the expiry date of milk is even different from city to city. So they have milk that expires in New York. It will take another day to expire in New Jersey. You're asking yourself, am I supposed to take the ones in New York so that I can go and drink it in New Jersey? But not only that, these products have grown consistently and structurally that every night, most of your countries around here, your supermarkets throw away food. They throw away food because they say they are not fit for consumption. Our people are not fit to consume anything. That's how they are treated. Agriculture could have become and will still become Nigeria's mainstay. Will become a base for building its economy the moment we put together a government that understand how to make money from agriculture. We've got people to feed in Nigeria. We don't even need to export. But in case we need to, that will bring in serious revenue for us. Tourism, of course, is a big deal in the whole wide world. We put in tourism because we know that tourism is just beyond going to look at Olumo Rock. Music has become part of tourism now. For us, the movie industry, for us, is part of tourism. And these are big-time money earners for other countries. Let me ask any one of you before I close here. Who has been to vacation who has been on vacation in the last 2 years? Like, you take a break, vacation. Yes. Is there anyone who has gone to Nigeria on vacation in the last 2 years? Vacation. Not staycation. So, probably, even if you went to Nigeria for vacation, you didn't mean to go and spend vacation there. You had some time and you visited. I'm talking about you pack your bags and you book a hotel and you take your kids to go and. Is anybody has done that in the last 2 years in Nigeria? All right, that's very good. Only 3 of you. Yes. You long time pay. Yes. I'm not trying to guilt you. But the fact is that we are not, even when we do it reluctantly. It is not the way you will go to Jamaica that you go and spend vacation in Nigeria. Like, and how many of you took your kids home and they came home, Nigeria, and they came home and said, Daddy, when else are we going to Nigeria? Probably not many, It's very rare, because I did it before. Probably when they come back, they say, Daddy, I hope we are not going back to Nigeria. It sounds funny, but it's a sad reality of our life and our lives. But we can change that, and that is the reason we came here to you in Luton today, to have a conversation about the future. People ask, is this thing you guys are planning an election or a revolution? And outside, whichever one comes first.
Yes.
That's what we will do. So based on that, thank you so much, Luton, for coming.
Take it back. Take it back. Awesome.
Thank you, and we would love if you can support us. But take it from me, it is not compulsory that you do. What we need is your heart, not necessarily your wallet. Because you can give us everything. Please have a seat. Yes. You can give us everything you have and not put your heart into it, and it will still not make a difference. But you can give us your heart and not even have much to give us, and we will all make a difference. So how do we make this difference? Right? So many of you who I heard actually went home to register to vote for the first time, and you are planning to go back and vote in this election. Because of you, 12 million voters, 12 brand new million voters have entered the Nigerian electoral roll this year. And these are some of the most angry voters that Nigeria has ever encountered. If we can get those 12 million people to vote for us, we only need 3 more million to win the election. And we are very sure that these 12 million voters are our kind of voters. Very enlightened, angry, people who have been disenfranchised in the past, people who are hungry for a Nigeria that is going to become the pride of the future of the black race. We know them, and that's why we need you. But in case you can afford to support us, think about it. How much you give to Western Union every year as you are sending money home. Each time you send $100 or pounds to Nigeria, Western Union probably took $5 from you. maybe $3. So if you can afford to support us, every time we get a pound, that's about almost 400 naira right there. If you don't have money to give us, you can print posters, t-shirts. We haven't spent up to 100 million naira so far. And even by their own admittance, we have become the #3 most popular party now. This was what this day reported 3 days ago. It said the most popular, there are 8 popular presidential candidates. We mentioned Buhari, we mentioned Atiku, and we mentioned Sowore. Yes. There's others, but we know that we are the first. We are at least we are ahead of the likeness. And I'm sure we are ahead of the armed robber. Yes. Because even the people who were saying articulated 2 weeks ago, they have started changing it to articulated. They discovered in the course of it that the man looted their brains. So they are recovering now. So we are well on our way to defeating the old cargos in the country. We are well on our way to create a brand new Nigeria. Most importantly, we are creating a Nigeria that is free of those past baggage and encumbrances. No one is asking us our religion. Nobody is asking me my list. Nigerians have been fooled for too long with all those parameters, and people are wise now. In fact, it used to be that they say, which celebrity is supporting you? Now, nobody's even asking about celebrities anymore, because we are creating our own celebrities. We are creating our own social media influencers. In the course of doing it, we haven't put one single radio jingle in any radio station since we started. We haven't put a TV ad spot so far. In fact, it wasn't until last week that I saw on social media that some people have posted some billboards for us in Benin. And we saw one in Ondo State on our way to Odere last week. I don't have any of those things that they have, because Nigerians are not expecting us to give them rice. They are not expecting us to give them branded Ankara. They have seen all of this and they know it's not working for them. But they are listening to ideas. So our people are listening. You know, when I was getting on the plane, I was surprised at how many people said, we know you, we know you, we know you. When we get on the streets, we know you, we know you, we know you. And one secret, which is interesting, is that the diaspora is forcing people at home to do what is right. When we went to those states last week, we saw all the traditional rulers of Ikale land. And when I left the place, I asked the organizers, how do you get all these traditional rulers? They said, it's not them, it's their children abroad that forced them to come there. So I called one of the fathers and said, Daddy, if you don't go and organize for Sowore, I'm not sending money anymore. I'm going to rely on article to fund them. So it's sinking in. You know, I'm not saying that we should sanction our family members, but if there's anything we can do to bring common sense, yes. We have to do whatever we need to do that is fair and just to put this country on a path of progress, prosperity, and peace. Thank you, everyone. Thank
I'm taking you guys are inspired, right? Yeah? Okay. To be honest, I don't think anybody would have explained Nigeria in such a simple and subtle way that even a child will understand, like we've just listened to now. You know, we've had people come with different, big grammar and try to confuse us, but, it is so simple. I feel that, you know that joke where they say, just take my money. That's how I feel right now. But the truth of the matter is, we're here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. We're here to support the agenda, we're supporting the party, we're supporting the revolution, we're supporting the Congress, and then we're supporting the people. It's not a case of, hey, what do we want? It's what does the country actually need? And we said before, what do we need to do, right? It's not about, hey, look, okay, I've got X amount of money, you can have it. No, like Sowore said rightfully, if you got £1, bring the flyer, share. This is the digital age. There is a GoFundMe page. If you guys have phones, please, GoFundMe, Sowore 2019. As we're talking now, you can actually log in there, make your donations if you haven't done so already. If you don't have anything to donate now, share that link. It's the least we can do. Basically, it's because we are aligned with that kind of leadership. We're aligned with, you know what, we like what we're seeing, we like where we're going, so let's help it grow. Let's support it, let's engage it. If you have any points there that you're not sure about, with regards to spicy, ask, you know? Let's influence it, let's share it. Share it, let people know what's going on, and then let's grow this thing as a group. Let's grow it together. Your support is needed, like I said, not just because you've come to Luton now. Yes, it's a fundraising event. The support is needed. So those people in the village that call us all the time, that now have Facebook Live, share the link and say, click this link and see what you can do. And I bet you, this is where we start talking about the revolution, the mindset of our people. The internet is working for us. Technology is working for us. I mean, so whereas 12 years in the game with Sowore report is not a small thing. I can tell you, it's not a small thing. When you have an organization that can speak the truth, speak for justice, if you don't support it, we have a problem. Straight up, if you don't support it, there is an issue. That means you're part of the problem. But now we have a solution. We know what we're up against. We know what we're up against. We don't, I don't want to call too many names. I know too many. But to be honest with you, the game is won by those who keep on going. I would like to close it by, Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. So what it is, you continue. That's what counts. We continue to support. How little, how big, you've got envelopes, you've got your phone, you've got everything. So before we go into the Q&A where you can have a chat, please take your time and do the best you can so that you know that you came to Luton. One, you got inspired. First things first, you got inspired. And then you can be proud to say, on this day I supported. So when it happens, you can write your own story. You can tell your own story. You can look at yourself and say, you know what, I was there regardless. And this is what I did. Thank you very much, guys.
AAC!
Take it back!
Oh, that was too weak. AAC!
Take it back!
Take it back! Action! I'm going to speak about that. Bamada! This is Bamada, Joe. Bamada! Guys, we are taking what belongs to us. Okay. Owen didn't answer Igbo. Are there Igbo speakers here? Okay, nah. I'm any Hausa speakers here? Mutum. I try to speak the 3 languages as much as I could. I've gone around the country, school in the north, families here and there. Guys, I told my son I was going to Nigeria recently. I said, but Grandpa complains of pension. The pension is not guaranteed. I was shocked, but it's true. And I said to him, that's why Dad is going back. Dad is going to fight for those that will make those things happen. And then he said again, this is my 16, 17-year-old son. And he said, I'm just watching something on WhatsApp, and someone was asking, when people die in Nigeria, they kill cow. And he said, but now, Daddy, in some part of Nigeria, when cow die, they kill community. Guys, this is the reality of what is happening in our country. Security. Before I go into that, please can I recognize the presence of Mr. Oluwasheo Adire Lodja, our governorship aspirant in Lagos State. Please, will you join us? And that's our governorship aspirant. I'm not aspirant, the candidate in Lagos State, because we no more an aspirant. Also, somebody here, Mr. Sorry, can you provide me with your surname, sir? Adire Lodja. And sir? Yeah, it's actually around here. Another guy. He came late, he should have been on that table before. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're here, we want us, like my brother said, to support this party with whatever we have. It could be in kind, money, it could be t-shirts, flyers. Let's help these guys who are in the grassroots, working in the grassroots in Nigeria. 5,000 naira, 10 pounds. 10 pounds will create a lot of posters. 10 pounds will buy at least 2 hats or t-shirts for AAC, something to boost their, their please. It doesn't have to be money alone. But please, if you have it, you can help. You can go online to GoFundMe and donate to the party. However, on your seat you have envelopes. Please, whatever you have. I am going to bring my box here, and I'm not going to feel shy about it. Whatever you have, please, can you put it here for us, and that will go a long way. Even if it's £1, if it's 50, and if you don't have now, please, you can make a pledge. Every one of us here is born in a month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Have I mentioned your month? Yeah. Okay, if I've mentioned your month, if you're born in January, let me see you make a pledge that you're going to give this party something in January. You may not have it now, but please, let me see January, the guy is there. January, if you're born in January. Okay, sir, please, we need to make a pledge. I will give AAC party something in January. And if you've done so, please, can you just football put it here for us? Where are those children? Come around here. Come and take this ball around. Thank you very much. That's 50 pounds from Mama. Do we have any February here? I'm February, and I'm going to make a pledge. Oh, Tatawa, are you February? Please, I need you to make a pledge and put something in that box for us. Thank you very much. In that way, I'm going to touch everyone here. February. Do we have March? March. Oh, I am going to take it too slow now. All right, February, here we go. Can we have February, please? I'm February as well, and I'm making a pledge of £500. Yes. Do we have March here? People with March? Yes, our gentleman at the front. Thank you very much. Thank you as you bless. God will bless you as you give us money. Any other match? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's right. Any other match now? Alright, I'm going to move to April now. We have April in the house. Yes, a lot of April. Please, would you be kind enough to help this party in whatever capacity you can? It could be t-shirts, it could be hats, it could be anything. We will take it, please. Sorry. 1,000 naira. 50,000 naira to be sent to the bank. Give them money around our court for us, please. Thank you very much. 50,000 naira is a lot of money back home. I'll tell you that. Is that April? Okay, there's another April there. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Do we have May in the house? May. Oh, the 5th month of the year. Please, May, we have May here. You go to. Oh, can you tell them about this? Extra £50 was the one you donated already. Thank you very much. God bless you as you give us. Thank you. Do we have any other name? June in the house. June, thank you very much. Thank you. Another 50,000 donated back home to the party website. Thank you very much. Any other April there? Sorry. I'm on June. All right. Another June. Thank you, Mom. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Is that all for June? June. We have more for June. Thank you as you go donate to this party. Shall we go to the next one? July. Wow, we have lots of July in the house. Please, you can donate as much as you want, and you can make a pledge as well. We don't mind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Any other July in the house? Thank you. All right. For July, we now go to the next one. July. Oh, 50,000 naira for this young girl. We are building a future for the young girl. Apart from July, we have August in the house. The 8th July. Oh, July. 50,000. Thank you very much. Thank you. This will go a long way, ladies and gentlemen. This will go a long way in helping people in the grassroots. These guys are willing to work, but they have master's degrees, they have PhDs, but no jobs. I tell you this, I've gone there, I've seen it myself. These are educated guys who are willing to change things in the grassroots, but no job, therefore they don't have the means. Let us help them, please. From August, I will go to September, please. September. Come on, September. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. As we use September, I'm going to go to the high table of August. Okay, good. We have a pledge from the high table here of I have my trust in him. Yes, he will do it when he says he's going to do it. Thank you very much, sir. Apart from, I will say August. August, sir. Thank you very much. We have August here.
Can I have a word before I do my contribution?
Yes.
Yeah. So far, since I've been in touch with our upcoming president, Omoyele Sowore, I've been doing my underground campaign as well. I've been contacting people back home, calling and texting to make sure they're aware of this fight we're fighting for. But so far, I've really spoken to so many people, and they keep coming back to me like, immediately I have the first conversation with them, they tell me, oh, they're not aware of the party. They don't know the party. So, but the good news is, after say 1 hour, 2, 3 days, they get back to me and say, yes, this is the man they want. This is the man they want. I came all the way from Brighton. It's about 104 kilometers to Luton. So my concern for today is not to ask you many questions, because I'm very, very sure you're capable of doing what you've been saying. I've followed you, I've listened to you attentively, and I know you're capable to move Nigeria forward. So, but my worry is, to how do we reach out to people back home? We are here, but we cannot vote. But people back home who are really there to vote for us are my concern. So far, I'm not afraid of them not believing in you, but I'm just afraid for them to be aware of this AAC party. Okay? I've spoke to several people. So my contribution will be, I'll give some money now, but I still want to do more, like to get your poster, pay some drivers, maybe I don't know much of them, but I have talked to so many people back home, just to place their poster on their cars or vehicles or whatever. I can pay at least the minimum wage they're talking about. Yeah. Till the campaign. Wow.
Take it back.
The posters alone will help, at least to make awareness. I'm from Mbano, Imo State. So down there, I spoke to several people. So I spoke to several people, so I think this will also help. Then one other thing I want Sowore to do, or one question I think I want to ask is, what effort have you put to get hold of Nnamdi Kanu? I remember one of your shows, you said, when you had a rumor that he's joining PDP, you said if he should do something like that, it would be a political mistake, which I completely agree with you. And I would be so disappointed in him if he does something like that. But I still urge you, if you can, because this is no more time for ego, pride, or whatever. It's all about trying to make things work in Nigeria.
Definitely.
So do your best. Please get hold of Nnamdi Kanu in any form. If it takes for you, if it needs you to fly to him, you try your best to fly to him. Try to convince and see what he can say, because he has a lot of followers. He has a lot of followers. And I believe anything he says will stand. So we alone, as AAC members, can do it alone. And this is why I said, no harm, no harm, I'll do my best to make sure I'm here. So, someone like Nnamdi Kanu, one, I know there's one man I know who is, I know maybe you might not agree with me, or I don't know if you go along, get along with him, his name is Femi Kayode. That man, Femi Kayode, fine. One of my friends said he has a question mark as well. But he's deep into Nigerian politics. He's a young man, he's deep into Nigerian politics. Maybe we can remember what happened in the financial crisis. The same people who crashed the financial crisis were the same people that fixed it back, but under a different leadership.
Okay, I have to cut you short there. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much. In the middle of fundraising, Nnamdi Kanu, well done. Femi Kayode, good. We will talk. There will be other things to talk about. In Luton today, we want to raise money for this party, and that mission is what we. Thank you very much. I appreciate your guys. We want to raise money for the party, and apart from that, time does not permit us to actually dwell on each other. I'm very sure my principal here will and is able to deal. Look, he is fearless. He's a hurricane, Sowore. He has meant powerful that people cannot talk to in Nigeria, and he has spoken to them and called them the names that ought for them. So I don't think this will shake or bring some kind of scare to this hurricane sitting down there. He will deal with all of this in due time. At the moment, please, can we just finish donating, sponsoring, and getting all of this done? And I promise you, sir, we will come back to your question. That's a promise. The gentleman wants to make a donation. One more. What month are you doing? August. Please, can we bring this forth? August wants to donate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Apart from August, we go down to September. We've done September. Yes. Now, October. October in the house. Yes, there's one October. You want to make a plan? September. Okay. What's September here?
Yeah. My name is Sowore. I am honored to be in this gathering. Meeting you today, I had to sacrifice a lot, but I wanted to see you, Sowore. I don't know. I've been part of the movement. I was part of one of the people that supported Buhari from the diaspora. We actually fought with the PDP sponsored students that came to Chatham House in London. I'm part of member of the Hope movement, even though that movement is not as strong as it was, because while some of us did it, we were not expecting anything. We just did it. I would say I'm one of the people. I grew up in Kaduna, so I happen to know Buhari, and I knew from the work he never had the economic and intellectual capacities to do it. But I did support him in the sense that if he has the right people around him, he will do it. So you coming out now, and I assess your viability for this job between the likes of Mogalu, Drojayi, and yourself. And I must say a big well done to you. For your reaching out, because I'm a student of political science. It's not just about speaking English, it's not just about being articulative. 60% of the voters in Nigeria are illiterate. 60% of those illiterates are constituted in the northern part of Nigeria. I will encourage you to build that synergy up enough, mostly with intellectuals. I've seen you started it. A progeny of late man Aminu Mokano of the NEPO party. That's why I supported Buhari. Anyway, not to take much of your time, with all your efforts, I will support with my little token. I'm pledging £100.
Thank you very much. That's another £100 from Mr. Tatari. We were in October, am I right? October, of course, October. Any other October in the house? Okay, let's move to November. November, the month that we are now, 11th month. Those who want to donate to us, if you are born in November, you should be able to. So, all right, let me go to more money. Thank you very much.
No, just to say, in addition to what we've already done, that's
yes.
50 pounds.
Yes. Again, you join us a lot, and another 50 pounds on top of that. Thank you very much. Any other November in the house? All right, let's go to the last one. December. Where are the oh, we have one more here, please. Let's start. 50,000 naira. He's always in the order, always in the order, every time, any day. Who else? December. Wow, Mr. Taiwo. Yes. Thank you very, very much.
In addition to what I've just put down, I'm pledging £100.
Thank you very much. And I think this is £100. Thank you very much. Now, another December, I can see some hands going on at the back. Oh, December.
This is on behalf of not just myself and my wife. Luton is known as the Hatters.
Wow. Yes.
So we made a hat especially for you.
Wow.
And that's because you're always on point. You're always on the money. So we have the hat. And on behalf of my wife, who's in December month, we will pledge £200 for you.
Thank you very much. Guys, Luton. Those who know Luton very well, we are known for making hats in Europe, not only in England. And that's why they call our football club the Hatters. Most hats that go around UK in Europe, they come from that hat factory there. And we are proud to have a Nigerian in the midst of hatters that has made this hat. So please, let's give a round of applause to this gentleman. Thank you very much. Just take that as a token of our love and appreciation for showing up, for turning up in this our small town. Yeah. Thank you very much. Guys, please, there are other ways to donate. We have GoFundMe. You can go online and support with whatever you have. If you have any amount, or if you have hats, t-shirts that you really want to send, please get in touch. We're going to leave you with details. Now, can I tell you guys, those of us in Luton, this is the beginning. Now we have a forum. Before you leave here today, your numbers and your details will be taken. We will have periodic meetings. From now on, we will have officials and experts that will manage AAC in Luton. Guys, it's.
I said it should be Bedfordshire.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, excuse my French. It should be Bedfordshire. Because I have lived in Bedfordshire for almost 20 years and I have worked in. Okay, should we make the three words? Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Buckinghamshire. the radio station, the 3 counties, the shares, Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Buckinghamshire, all around. Guys, please do not hesitate to leave your details here before you go, so that we can get in touch with you. We can organize meetings. We will come to where you are. If it's Bedford, Milton Keynes, anywhere, we can reach these 3 counties in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So therefore, please, this is a family. This is the ACE family. Take it back for family that will grow and grow and grow.
Yes.
Because Omoyele is not coming here. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Those of you who are taking your time out to turn up here, guys. This was planned impromptu. It was a short notice. Yes. I'm really surprised that we have this number here. So please, I give thanks to everyone who has attended. Please take that away. Thank you very much. And we will carry on and continue donation online. If you do that, I'll provide the details for you online very soon. You can get in touch with me or my friend here, and we will start communicating with you how to reach your counties and create AAC Take It Back meeting. Please. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Before we go, we're just going to listen to some of our AAC special need tunes for AAC. So please, DJ. Guys, we run and we intend to run a government of inclusion, a government that includes everyone and without turning anyone down. My gentleman on my right made a comment earlier, and I said I'm going to go back to it. So please, can I offer you for just 2 minutes to recap and finish up your own? Thank you very much.
All about how we can do to reach out to people back home. It's very, very, very important. So like I said, in my own part, I donated something already, but I will still try my best to do more with what I just said. I will try to speak to people I know, friends, family, where we can get the posters and place in their cars, and I'll try my best to pay them till the election. And it shouldn't be just it should be everyone should try. Because Sowore, we've listened to him, we've heard him, we know he's capable of doing what he has said. He has the ideas, he has what it takes to do. But just we hearing from him is not enough. We need to really reach out to people back home. It's very, very important. We do whatever we can. So I think that's what I was about to say before we took the mic.
And I wanted to respond briefly to some of the things you read.
All right.
Thank you. I know that a lot of you are itching to ask questions, and we should let you ask a few questions. But he's raised some very important questions as to first how we can reach to more people at home. I want to give you an instance yesterday when we were coming, and there was a guy I met in the plane who said, same thing. When I first mentioned it, nobody said it knew. And by the time we went back, he said there were posters all the way from Okada to Asaba, and they posted. We didn't send the posters there. Some people printed the posters, paid people to post it, and that is the way this movement is growing right now. You mentioned Kanu. Of course, when he announced that he was joining PDP, I said it would be political suicide. Luckily enough, he denounced it, and we will meet with anybody that can bring about peace, engagement, and the progress to the country. And he has a lot of followers. I know Kanu very well. People have asked me before, do you have anything against him? Nothing. The only problem I have with him, and I did communicate that through one of his aides, there was no reason for him to lead a movement that is discriminatory, to say Yoruba is cowards, Hausa. All of these people are oppressed people. They are also looking up to Kano and people to deliver them. Wherever the freedom will come from, they will support. So, in fact, unofficially, we try to make contact with him wherever he may be. And I will be glad to go and meet him in Israel or wherever he may be. And also guarantee him a return to Nigeria. Free return to Nigeria. I understand, within the short time I've been in Israel, that the Biafran struggle is not exactly an attempt to break up Nigeria. It's a struggle for justice. Yeah. And there's a Biafran neighborhood in every part of Nigeria that is waiting to get some form of justice. For those who may not have heard me, I've said it several times, it's not only Biafrans that have seceded from Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians have seceded from Nigeria because of the injustice in that nation. You mentioned Femi Fani-Gayode. Unfortunately, we have lost Kayode to any form of... Femi Gayode is a mercenary for oppression, but he is very good when it comes to his ability to confuse people with English. But deep down inside his heart, is part of the problem of Nigeria. But he's a very good demagogue. So he uses his... In fact, he was the one who came and lied that Kanu has agreed to support Atiku. Yeah, he was the one who brought out the lie on Twitter. So I know Femi Fani-Gayode very well. He needs deliverance himself. And we need to deliver him, but Femi Fani-Gayode cannot be part of any progress for Nigeria. He's already campaigning for Atiku. Yeah, as we speak. There's nobody who loves Nigeria that can be campaigning for Atiku at this time. So just to settle that. And we'll take a few more questions, but let me say that as soon as we can, we also have to go to another event in London tonight. So if you can let us out of here, we appreciate it. And for my brother who gave me a hat, man, I've never loved a hat like this before. And the good news about it is it's a green hat with a white, this is Nigerian flag. Did you plan it? Yes. Thank you very much. So let's take a few questions, Mr. J. Let's take a few more questions. We can answer all the questions at once, and we can proceed from here.
Thank you. This next question goes to Madam from the Phoenix Popular.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sowore, Omoyele Sowore, thank you so much for coming to Luton. And we followed you right from day one, day dot. We don't go to bed without watching you, myself and my husband. My kids have told us off for doing that. You're a serious advocate of what you do, and we admire you so much for your guts, because we've all moaned about Nigeria over the years, but nobody has actually stepped forward to do something about it, and you have done. So you've got a whole load of people behind you. We're carrying you forward. And we know with your zeal and your zest and your spirit, you will make it. So just a few questions, and I'm really sorry about this. I had to write them down yesterday because I knew I was coming. So the first one is, how are you going to select the right people for key posts? And what will be the common selection criteria that you're going to use? What are your plans for the Nigerian civil service? Because I'm a civil servant here myself, over 20 years, working for the UK government, and I know how it runs, basically, and we haven't got that in Nigeria, so it really hurts when we see things that are happening there. And how will you reform that civil service? Because it all happens from there. The people that make policies for the nation are the people that are going to also enforce those policies and make sure that government actually run very well. They're critical set of administration as well.
Thank you. Should we take the questions and let Sowore answer, or should we just... You want to respond to that?
They also, the issue of how we select the right people is happening now. The opportunities we've had to travel around the world, travel within Nigeria, has exposed us with a lot of good people. And one thing I tell people is that how do you think a movement like this emerged from nowhere? became a household name within 6 months, and eventually became a party in 8 months without good people. Some of our young people who are following us are some of the most brilliant people. I use Malcolm Fabiyi, for example, as an example, who graduated from the University of Lagos before he turned 30, became a PhD holder. He came directly from the University of Lagos with a first-class degree and obtained a PhD at Cambridge before he turned 30. He's the DG of our campaign. We have a lot of people like that who don't want their names to be mentioned because some don't want to be scandalized, some don't want to be victimized. But we have a lot of vibrant young people both at home and abroad. You probably just heard recently too that we chose a vice president. By the way, of all the young candidates, we are the first to have the guts to announce a VP. Yes, of all the young candidates. And everybody that read the guy's resume was impressed. And he didn't fall from the sky. He came from northern Nigeria. He's a doctor and a public health professional who actually schooled here at Leeds. So that tells you that already our human resources department is working on steroids. So we know how to choose the right people and we continue to attract more good people to our side. You know, I'll go to civil service. You cannot have the civil service they have in Nigeria expected to work. Let's start with salaries, wages. There is nobody who can live off of 18,000 naira and go to work every morning and in good conscience work for the progress of any country. That salary is a salary of punishment. There's also, when you talk about civil service in other countries, the civil service are designed in such a way to attract the best. In Nigeria, our civil service is designed in such a way to attract the worst. The Nigerian police is designed in such a way to attract armed robbers. Because there's nobody in his senses that will want to work for a police that is paying 30,000 naira a month. We are not doing enough to attract the best. We are not doing enough. We don't, to be fair to us, we don't have a civil service. We have a bunch of civilians who are serving themselves within the civil service. That is what we have. What I have said, and I'll repeat here, is that we need to forge our civil service, but we cannot do it in a military fashion. Upon resumption of office next year, will ask anybody who has been in the civil service for 25 years to take a buyout. Yes, they have nothing else. And then we hire new people and we purge civil service of these ghost workers and modernize our civil service. We went to the Ministry of Information the other day, what they call the radio. We went to Radio Nigeria, I think it was 3-4 days ago. They have 4 elevators. Only one of them is working. And the one that is working, there are 2 number 5s in the elevator. So if you are going to the 5th floor and the 6th floor, they will ask you to press the 5th on the top. This is something that happens. You go to the civil service office in Nigeria, you cannot use any one of them, you can't use a toilet. So it's that we have to build the civil service from scratch. But we can do it because we also have to understand that the world has moved on beyond just buildings. We can have service to the people virtually. A lot of people can go around with a laptop or an iPad to work as civil servants. We don't have to go and resume to office. Most civil servants in Nigeria, by the way, are not civil servants, they are traders. If you go into their office, they are selling clothes, they are selling granules, they are selling food. They are not there for the purpose for which the civil service is established. So a new mindset that will be brought about by new leaders will reform our civil service. I know when you said you work in civil service, and I know what you're talking about already. Because you are actually working for the public. You work whenever you work, and you are appreciated. If there's anything that motivates you to wake up in the morning to go to work, is the fact that you are appreciated for what you do. Not that, well, you just want to go because that is the only thing that is available for you to do. So the civil service reform that we bring about is not the paper Algorithm you heard about. There's no year that they don't reform the civil service in Nigeria. Everybody is civil service reform. Another problem with the civil service is that they spend too much time attending conferences. If you go to Abuja, everybody, the same people go to this conference, and the moment they walk into this conference, half of them are asleep because they're tired. Somebody who has not had electricity before he came to work, how do you expect him to concentrate? It's very, very terrible. The civil service we have now is not capable of delivering the kind of Nigeria we want. The reform of this civil service will involve taking it apart, putting it together, digitalizing it, motivating it, inspiring it, and incentivizing the new civil servants in the country to make Nigeria work. Because without the civil service, it's like driving a car without engine. You are going nowhere.
We'll entertain a couple of questions more. Can I give you gentleman at the back? He's been craving for a long time. So, yes. Your name will be from.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Yam. I'm Edo Connect. I run a media platform. I think the best from a small country as Edo State in Nigeria. And you represent a part of a new initiative. You are not just somebody going for presidency. And I hear everybody talking about how we can get people to know you more, how we can get people to know you more. Things are happening here. You know, I don't want to sell you as an angry guy. You know, every Nigerian is angry. I want to sell Sowore the man, then I want to sell Sowore the politician. In this place today, so many things have happened. 4 counties. I don't know if you run Sahara Report, but if you get 4 counties in England and you project it, you can get 4 counties everywhere. You raise considerable amount of money, but I don't want us to sound, because I talk to people who know about you. And if we continue being angry, all of us are angry. Let's let the people who don't believe you yet, who don't think you're going to get there, let's get more people on board by being a bit candid. You know, talking about yourself, talking about where you grew up, talking about your life. I don't want to push you when you get to office. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? It's a long way. There's ways we can generate from this room. This is England. 4 counties is not easy. If you do it here, you can do it in every country, but you must project the fact that it's happening. You just got, maybe in Nigerian terms, over 1 million here. Somewhere, somebody would like to beat it. But I would communicate with you after this session to say, let's find the other side of Mr. Sowore. You can keep doing what you're doing, and you're winning. But there's so many people who need the detail in this room in order for you to win more. Congratulations to you. You represent a new initiative, a new wave. Everybody here has dreams. Everybody here wants Nigeria to be better. But I'm going to give you my expertise, if you need it, to say, Mr. Sowore, there's a lot more results I'm seeing just sitting down here, that when you're going away, make sure you remember those results. To say, you got 4 counties, you got people of various ages, you got up to people's grandchildren complaining about Nigeria, and they see you as a hope factor. But you also have challenges that didn't start today. So you want to start talking about that, so people can start buying into you, so people who don't believe can know that this is a very sensible young man. He's not just angry all the time. We're angry. Everybody's angry. But that message is not, you know, that message also pushed some people away. So congratulations, and we'll talk after the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I think another gentleman here. Can you make it brief? Yeah, definitely. AC. Action. Excellent. Oyaba is my name. I am a proud member of this great party. A very quick one. My question to you, dear Principal, is on a lighter note. I know a lot of people may not feel happy with this. It has to do with sports. I saw you, mind you, this morning. That was a lot of energy after 11, 12 p.m. yesterday.
it saddens me with a lot of youth when I go to Nigeria. They are in love with Man U, Sheffield, whatever. But the country that is the raw material of football all over the world, nobody supports the clubs. Where is IICC? Where is Abiola base? Where is Bender and all these things? Back home in Nigeria, we don't support that. And the orientation has got to be changed. So this is my challenge for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll take the last one. Okay, all right, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Daniel Agbola. It's nice to meet you in person, Mr. President. I just want to ask a brief question. To be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you need just WAEC certificates. But to apply for truck driving in Dangote's company, you need PhD and NYC certificates. What are you going to do as a president? Are you going to change the criteria of becoming the president of the Federal Republic, or are you going to leave it like that? Thank you.
Yes, my name is Babajide. I've come all the way from Luton today to meet our able president, Mr. Sowore. First, we're very glad you're here. I would like to say there are a lot of people like me out there who actually see hope in what you're doing. So that's it's like an encouragement, just so whatever problem you're encountering, just know there are people like me, silent listeners, watchers, who believe you can do the job. My question though is, we all know you to be the presidential candidate. What about the other offices?